Yes, we're continuing to follow breaking news this morning as 4 people recover from an explosion at a townhome on Madison's west side.
So callers reported the explosion at South Gammon and Park Ridge Drive just before 6 p.m. yesterday. Zooming in, that's south of the Beltline and before you hit Elver Park. Firefighters got there right away and they've stayed on scene ever since.
That's where we find 27's Melody Guernsey joining us live this morning. Melody, good morning. It's still pretty active out there, right?
It is, Mark. Madison police officers are here to kind of rope off the area, just as for with these structures, things falling and making sure no one gets close. I will show you the back of the townhome that was damaged. It's a 6-unit building, and as you see, just from the top to the bottom, in shambles. The siding is off, and the doors, they appear from the explosion, they were blown off, and they're laying there. If you look down a little bit, you can see that there's still cars in the garage. The actual garage door is laying on top of it, which is probably why it's still there. And then if you look over here a little bit to the side, the garage door across the alleyway where it is in the grass, and it's just there and the damage is there. Now, the explosion happened last night. The call came in around 6 o'clock. Fire Chief Chris Carbon says 4 people got hurt in the explosion. 1 of them was taken to the hospital by Madison Fire, and the other 3, they took themselves to the hospital to get treated for minor injuries. Fire crews searched and did not find anyone trapped inside the building. At one point, there were questions as to whether this was a collapse or an explosion. Here's what the fire chief had to say.
We'll call it an explosion based upon the reports of the people and the way it was called in. That's the way it was described to us. I think certainly the visual evidence would support that. But again, in terms of the causative factors, we'll have to put things together.
Now, one woman was inside, told us her pictures and shells blew right off the walls, and you can see the insulation and other debris that was thrown across the street. Now, because of the debris, South Gammon was closed, but is now reopened. Cars and buses are traveling that way, so if you have to go that way today, it is not closed. You're free to use it. And fire officials have not said anything about a fire. We talked to a couple people at a gas station near here, and they were just still in disbelief that it wasn't a fire in flames. They said they never saw that, any smoke or anything. So again, it's being characterized as an explosion. Live in Madison, Melody Guernsey, 27 News.